This project is an LTE controlled drone. So what we try doing here is to control the drone using the LTE network. We have our firmware which we got from DJI, our Raspberry Pi, our flight controller, and our external battery pack. So basically, our Raspberry Pi communicates with the flight controller, and the external battery pack powers the Raspberry Pi, because the battery we got for the drone isn't strong enough to power the Raspberry Pi at the same time fly the drone. We have our ground station here and our control which we use in flying the drone. We use the Xbox 360 control, and also the ground station is the Cube ground control.
So just to introduce you to how the system actually functions, I want to begin with the ground station. Now the ground station is comprised of two major components. The laptop, in this case it is the MacBook Pro, and you're looking at an Xbox One controller as the substitute transmitter for the system. It's connected to the laptop via the micro USB cable, and in this way we're able to generate custom controls for the drone for flight control. Now this is the ground station, and it operates over Wi-Fi to access the network. On the other hand, we have the drone right over here. Now the drone accesses the network in a different way. As we mentioned earlier, this is an LTE based project to increase the range of the drone to be virtually limitless, or limited to wherever there is cellular connection. So to do that, we have the accompanying Raspberry Pi attached on top of the drone module, which itself has its own battery pack to supply its power, as well as the Huawei LTE modem, which enables it to have LTE access to the network. Now these two devices naturally wouldn't be able to discover each other on the network because of IP issues. So to settle this, what we implemented was a sort of relay server which would serve as a point of static joining to connect the two devices. And we implemented this AWS server, Amazon Web Services server, in Ohio on a machine there. And if you look up here, that's just running here. I SSH'd into that, and you can actually see the terminal console into the server. And as you can see from prior tests, it's successful. So now that we've already introduced you to the system components and the system as a whole, we'd like to take you outside to show you some of the flight tests that we've actually conducted. However, the LTE stick is no longer running a data plan, so instead, to substitute for this, we are using the Raspberry Pi's wireless modem to connect to the wireless network that is provided by our cell phone's hotspot outside. So we're on the same network, just accessing it in a different way. What I have here is the ground station system set up outside, right outside of my actual house. And as you can see up top of the screen, that I do have Wi-Fi connection from my house. And what I've done is I've opened two terminals. On the left hand, I have the Ubuntu server that's located in Ohio, and it's based off of Amazon Web Services. And all I'm going to do here is actually launch the instance of my server. So when I launch this, you're going to notice that the server is now waiting for connection from either the ground station or the drone. And also on this terminal window, what I'm going to do is launch an instruction that is going to initialize my ground station. It's going to send the UDP packet up to the server and launch Cube ground control. So I do that, and Atonier is going to power up the drone. And now all I have to do is wait for the prompt in Cube ground control to allow incoming connections, and from there we should be ready to fly. As you can see, the prompt is now available. I'm going to press allow.
Manual flight mode.
And we'll notice that I have connection to the drone. Press the safety switch, please. And we're good to fly.
Internal checks armed. altitude flight mode.